this assessment asks us to compare the first step of adding HBr to an alkene with the addition of HF to an alkene. Now, we don't usually study this reaction. That's not a super useful reaction in organic chemistry, but it allows us to illustrate a point. When we think about selectivity of reactions, the Hammond postulate reminds us that reactions that are more endothermic tend to be more selective. And so really that's what we're asking here is which of these two first steps is more uphill. Now, when the alkene reacts with HF and we make either of two carbocations, that looks exactly the same as the alkene reacting with HBr to make either of two carbocations. So on first inspection, there's no difference. But there is a subtle difference, and that is that the other product here is F minus, and the other product here is Br minus. pKa values and our general understanding of the stability of conjugate bases says that bromide is a larger conjugate base and is therefore more stable. F minus is much smaller. That negative charge is localized over a much smaller volume, therefore it's significantly less stable. And so as a result of this, if we label this as reaction A and this one as reaction B, we can compare these two on a reaction coordinate diagram, and what we'll get, at least to a first approximation, is that A is going to be a more uphill first step. Now, I'm showing both of these starting at the same point. That's probably not going to be exactly true because HF and HBr are slightly different, but to illustrate the point, it's going to be a less uphill step for reaction B. Being less uphill means it's going to be less selective. So we would expect reaction A to be more selective. Now, just to clarify, reaction B is still highly selective and is going to be the reaction that matters more in terms of our understanding of electrophilic addition of alkenes. So this video is not to suggest, or this assessment is not to suggest that the HBr addition is not selective. It is, and we're going to make almost exclusively the tertiary carbocation. But if we could do this hypothetical HF addition, we would expect it to be even more selective.